So I just have received the Joytoy Sister Superior Kassia and Sister Saelon. So these are the first two that has arrived, and I'm gonna have another two coming, but because I ordered them separately, so I haven't got them together. I still remember back in my high school days, Games Workshop introduced Sister of Battles, and at that time I wasn't really interested in it. Actually, I never take notice of them until recently, because at that time I saying to myself, I don't want any girls in my army. No girls. I don't like girls. I only like, Marines, Space Marine. So that was my mentality back then, right? Not until recently I watched the Warhammer 40,000 trailer on YouTube, and I found the Sister of Battle very interesting, very impressive. And that really changes my mind, I believe. So, and I start take notice of them, and Joytoy now released the figures, so why don't I just get them and see what happened. And the size of these figures are what Joytoy are good at, so that's why I want to get them and see how they are like. And so let's open it. The first thing I'll look at straight away is I look at the shoulder joint, because I had bad experience with shoulder joint on Joytoy figures. And what really surprised me is apparently the shoulder hinge joint is a thick one as compared to the old standard fin joint. So that looks like a big improvement straight away to me. Looks pretty good. The other thing I look at is the wrist joint. Look at it, the wrist joint they have changed to a much thicker peg, which is really good as compared to the Death Corps, right? Previously they have a very thin peg, and apparently some of the viewers telling me that they break very easily. So this one is a huge improvement. I don't think it will break very easily now. The whole thing feels very solid actually. The joint feels very solid. It's not loose at all, which is really good. About this figure is, you can see this here, there is a gun sleeve and it is in soft plastic, so you can actually put a gun in there, and it got a hole in there, so you can actually put this cartridge through the hole, and so that you can store the gun in there. A little bit tricky to put it there, but
2 very boring minutes later.
Yep, took me a while to get into it, but that's it. Very nice. This is a very fine soft plastic. Hopefully it won't break one day, because soft plastic tend to deteriorate over time and it will break, so hopefully it won't happen. This piece is almost 20 centimeters long. The details are absolutely amazing. Look at this. It is almost the same size as the figure, same height, or it is the same height actually. Wow. So it's actually quite big, but it's very heavy, so that's why it's really hard for the figure to hold it on the pole, so it keep on falling down. So that's the only issue they have got. Look at the back of it, very nice. And this thing is in soft plastic. I think part of this thing is in soft plastic. Yep, very smooth, so it's actually still very sharp though, so be careful when you handle that. And then let's try putting this together. Basically because of the weight of this thing, right? So you have to make sure it really can stand on the floor, holding it, and let the weight carry through to the floor. This thing is heavier than the figure, so it is top heavy. So a little bit tricky to put it together like that. Okay, there it is. Yep, got it. Oh. And let's see if I can pull this off easily, put the head off easily. Alright, good, not bad. Anyway, and then put the helmet on it. See how it looks like? Oh, not bad. Very easy to put that on as well. I don't have to put a lot of force on it. Nice, very nice. I like it. And the gun details is excellent. Look at that, that's beautiful. Painting is very nice as well. I really like his head, so you cannot see his eyes. And as I shown before, you can put that together. So let's put this off and take the gun out, right? And then put it on the hand. So this is the bolter, very nice bolter. Very nice too. Excellent. Look at the shoulder pad, very nice. Unfortunately the shoulder pad cannot move, so you cannot do much to the articulation on the shoulder. Otherwise, it's very nice. Look at that detail. Wow. And that, I thought they actually joined together, but they're actually a separate piece. That's amazing. And this is raised detail as well. So now let's have a look at the articulation. The sword can be put in the sleeve very easily, and it's just right. It's not really tight. It's not loose at all, so it doesn't drop. The only complaint I got is this sleeve is very thick as compared to the figure. The size is actually quite big. The shoulder pad occasionally comes off, but I'm okay with it. It's fixed, so you cannot really do much about it unless you take it out. Then you can actually move the arms, move the shoulders. The head's movement is excellent. Rotate 360 degrees, single hinge elbow joint. But you can actually rotate 90 degrees up, which is really good. As I said, the pack, they have improved the packs, and the movement is excellent. Mid torso waist joint, excellent as well. There is no waist joint, however, but I think the mid torso joint will do the job. The apron is in soft plastic, and it is actually getting thinner and thinner, so it's actually very soft, which is really good. So if I actually move the legs up, it doesn't really affect the legs movement at all, because it's so soft. And also the hip joint, really good hip joint, swivel sides, double hinge knees which can move. Let me see how much can it move by. Yeah, I think that's the maximum bend you can get. Lastly, the ankle. It's actually not too bad. It cannot bend down too much because of the armor behind it. That blocks the movement, but it's okay. So everything is very nice. And the other figure will be pretty much the same in terms of articulation, because there's virtually almost the same figure. And this is the size comparison between different figures. So same height as the Fire Warrior and the Death Corps. These figures telling us that Joytoy is no doubt one of the best in terms of making 1/18 scale figures, especially figures in this scale. So they have done an excellent job. The molding, everything is sophisticated, is very detailed. They're just excellent. I got no complaints really on any of these figures. So yeah, if you haven't got it, you better get it. I highly recommend it. And I'm gonna have another two coming soon, so I may have a separate video on those. And I need to get back to scratch building my Land Raider, and hopefully I can get it done by a month time. So I'll speak to you next time. Bye for now. Baka.